Buffalo at Kansas City. The playoffs have started for the Bills. This is absolute must win. Does that mean we're going to see Josh Allen rushing more, potentially a decent fantasy output because of it?
Well, I mean, Allen's been balling. The problems with the Bills have not been Josh Allen. You look at what he's been doing, and he's top 6 quarterback in 7 of the last 9 games. I have no worries about him. I think this sets up for another Gabe Davis week. The Chiefs rank 24th against wide receiver 2s. They rank 7th best against wide receiver 1s, 3rd best against wide receiver 3s, 7th best against tight ends. Their weakness is that wide receiver 2 position. Gabe Davis, we know that he can pop up for those kind of games. Might not feel good, but I mean, I'd start Gabe Davis over somebody like T. Higgins this week quite happily. James Cook, he's had 3 straight 100-yard games. He's had 20-plus touches in back-to-back games. The usage for him this season has been like a yo-yo. It feels really hard to predict week to week, but at times you probably just got to lean into it. The big question with the Bills this week is, what does it look like if Dawson Knox plays this week? He's coming off IR, and in the games pre-injury, Dalton Kincaid was averaging 7.3 points per game. Whilst Knox has been out, it's been 14.2. It's the difference between being fantasy relevant and not. So that is the big question mark for me, but I think you have to start Dalton Kincaid if you can. And the Chiefs, they have allowed 20-plus point games to wide receivers in back-to-back games. Christian Watson had 27.6, Jacoby Myers had 20. But if I had to bet on one player to really hit the ceiling this week, I feel like it's more Gabe Davis. On the Chiefs side, Mahomes' 5 last finishes, QB 32, QB 12, QB 14, QB 8, QB 15. This offense isn't going to get fixed this year. There isn't a solution to it. Rashee Rice has been excellent. I think, the Bills secondary ranks 22nd in pass DVOA. They've allowed 14 or more points to A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton in the last 4 games. And everything's trending up for Rashee Rice. But you probably start Pacheco. You can start Kelsey. But outside of that, why bother?
Yeah, the Bills' offense is very interesting with Knox potentially back this week. They talked all the offseason about this 11.5 personnel that they were going to use because Dalton Kincaid was a slot receiver and a tight end, and they were going to get Knox on the field. That basically didn't work. Knox got injured. Kincaid they used as a traditional tight end, and it meant that they could unlock Khalil Shakir, who has been fantastic when he's been on the field, and it's really unlocked this offense over the last few weeks. I hope that they keep Shakir on the field because I think that it puts the offense in better situations. I think they get better matchups, and I think that we can hopefully allow Kincaid to continue to produce. Khalil Shakir played 80% of snaps before the bye. I hope that Dawson Knox isn't going to come in and just start playing, 70, 80% of snaps because it feels like it would be a massive step out for this entire offense. But we're talking Buffalo tight ends. Rory, one of our members, wants to know, what would you trade to acquire Kincaid? 10 teams start, 10 PPR, 0.5 premium. I presume reading that would be a Dynasty league based on those settings. There's not many redraft leagues where you're starting 10. I would pay probably an early seconds, but I think I'm probably a little bit lower than consensus. I think you'll probably have, if you want to go and buy him, you're probably having to pay a mid to late first at least, because I think that's where his price is. I've seen some ranks recently in the Dynasty community where he's being talked up as a top 4, top 5 tight end in Dynasty at the moment. So yeah, I wouldn't be going and buying him at the moment, but I think if you're going to have to pay up.
Who'd you rather have if you were going to acquire a rookie tight end? Would you rather acquire Sam Laporta or Dalton Kincaid?
Oh, Sam Laporta every day of the week and twice on Sundays. I think to me there's a big gap there. I think Sam Laporta's outproduced Kincaid. I think he's in a better offense. I think he's got less weapons around him that are going to eat into those targets. And he's 2.5 years younger. So yeah, it's definitely Sam Laporta over Kincaid. And I'm happy to probably pay a second on top to go and get Sam Laporta. It's not even close for me. David Filippi in the chat, he agrees. Sam Laporta, big fan.